Welcome to Trading Lounge, and 2 points just before we start. First of all, if there's any traders out there that have a good Sharpe ratio, I've got a friend of mine that looks for traders to fund their account. So if you think you're a good trader and you've got a good Sharpe ratio or good figures in the positive, you can contact me at peter@tradinglounge.com. Secondly, our charting program here, I'm not talking about our Elliott wave algo. I'm talking about the AI Elliott wave here. But first of all, just before we go there, I just want to point out that we have a lot of other markets now that are in our list here now. Okay, so your market will probably be in here, but because we're talking about the US markets, we'll put the SPY here for a moment. So with this Elliott wave AI, I just want to run through that a bit. So over here, where we've got the AI chat here, this will populate whatever market that you've got in here, and then you just click this little button here. We've updated it in the sense that it will give more detailed counts now for whichever market that you're looking at. So here we're looking at sort of longer term counts, but we could also add in here as well intraday Elliott. I probably don't even need to write that really, but for this market, so it will. So it should bring up, all the much smaller counts in here as well. So anyway, you can play around with that. It's all sort of good to go at this particular point. Okay, alrighty. I'm going to start with the NASDAQ. I'm going to look at the bigger picture because it's Monday, and with this here, we're just simply looking at 1 and 2 here on the weekly chart for the NASDAQ, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and up for 5 of 3 and 4 and 5. So all of last week and whatnot, we've been just working through here. We're looking at 5 waves moving up into the 20,000. We're looking for a classic trading levels pattern across this, across this particular level here. So the top of the third, the fifth intermediate 5 of 3 will be here, and primary wave 4 will be here, and wave 5, primary wave 5 of wave 1 will be here. So this will be the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level. An ABC correction, not quite sure how far it will pull back. It's something that we just need to work through as usual, and then a push to the upside. So this little move to the upside here, we're looking at 5 waves. I'm getting 2 different wave counts to both in the same direction, which is nice, but basically 2 wave counts to the upside, just slightly different of each other with different stocks. So we need to run through those, which we did last week as well, but I'll just do that again here as well, so we're on the same page. There's 2 ways to look at the market to the upside. One of them is wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and if that was the case, let me move this out of the way and this out of the way. Then we're looking for wave 1 up here and then wave 2 pulling back. So you can see here that we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So 4 is developing in here in most cases, and we'll be looking for wave 5 and then ABC for wave 2 here. Then it'll be 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave. So it's a good case for that, especially when we look at stocks like Microsoft. There are other stocks that, like Amazon, that has already got this wave 1 in place as well. The other one is that we look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So when we get up to this wave 1 here, I'll remove that now, and then we'll end up having a wave 2 here. I don't think the wave 2 will pull back too far because it's already done its retesting, and what I mean by that is that when a market moves through its previous high here, it comes back and checks it. So the demand is already here. So all of these open and closes here, they will have some gravity. So there's not a lot of difference in the count actually. It's just that one of them will pull back a little bit further than the other, I reckon. So that's what we're sort of looking at. If we have a look at these two counts in a little bit of detail, because this is what's going on in stocks, okay? So this one here, first of all, obviously this, let me just... got wave 1 here and 2 here. In this case here, just get my get things working, my brain working, first thing Monday morning at 5 o'clock. So we've got this here at 1 and 2, and a little 1 and 2 in here, and 3, 4, 5. So we could be looking at this 1 and 2 at the moment. I don't think that's the case. I think we need to come up here a little bit further. And this would be wave 1 here and 2 here and 3, 4, 5 to move up a little bit further there, and then we've got wave 2. Now it doesn't really matter, because when you look at this particular pattern here, the trade that we want is obviously this wave 2 here, and it's just simply not there. So whatever you do in here, it's not going to go very far as well at all. Also too, we've got Nvidia doing a stock split. I think it was on June the 7th, which was the Friday. So that might come into play today as well. I don't know what impact that will have on the market, but we'll see. And we've also got the Fed's meeting on the 12th, I think. Is it the 12th? Yeah, so there's a little bit going on this week. So, which, you know, the Fed's thing will probably create this top here, basically. We'll try to get little 5-way. This structure up here just doesn't seem completed just yet. Do you know what I mean? But just, you know, it's tradable, but it's not, it's just going to be a bit choppy because we're in 4s and 5s. Like I said, we can have a little wave 1 here and some sort of wave 2. It might even come down further. It may even, let's just say that I've got it completely wrong here, then wave 4 would come over to this point and we'd bring this over here and bring this over to here, and because there's stocks like this as well. And then what could happen here is that we get some sort of wave 4 here and then wave 5 up here. Do you know what I mean? But it's not, you know, you don't want to go losing money in here. It's quite clear that we don't have this ABC pattern. And that's what we're looking for, okay? So that's the takeaway here. So you don't really need to do much. This level here at the 19,000, the 10, 20, and 30, or 1, 2, and 3, the 100, 200, and 300, that's top of group 1. If we get a tested support on top of that, well, then we'll go long from that point. We won't stick around. But group 1 above and group 2 below, which I don't have in here, but I should just... plonk it in here, so that the lower end will be 16,000 and 50. That's the lower end, and that's the top end of it there, the 800 and 720 in here, if you would like to put that in there close enough for the time being. So this will be group 2 here. So basically this is the swing range here, group 1 and group 2 here. So this is where you can lose money. So we also need to allow this market to, you know, there's this side, you know, the motive wave and then the corrective wave. So we need to be over this side, and we're not there yet. So just be a little bit careful, you know. I mean, it's okay for intraday traders doing what they're doing, but around large numbers like the 19,000, it's not good trading. So the other count too, so we've got this one as wave 1 and 2 here and 1 and 2 here. The other count is slightly different, and you'll see these in the stocks that we look at. The other one, this is, you know, Apple's a bit like this, so we've got wave 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, and we're going up for this wave 1 here. So in this case, we could pull back deeper in this instance with some stocks. So yeah, so maybe wave 4's not completed here just yet on this one. That's what I'm sort of also thinking. So some other, you know, wave 4s can get a bit complicated. So we need that, and we need a little move to the upside there. I don't think I can bring wave 4 in here and look at this as wave 1, 2 on this one, but we're just not there yet, right? So it's not going to be, you know, with the Fed meeting and the rest of it and all this toppiness here, it's not going to be good trading. So just, you know, there's a time and a place to lay your bets down, so to speak. So this is Apple, and with Apple here from the low here of wave 2 here, or it can be wave 4, by the way. And so in this case here, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 here. There is a case of putting wave 3 there. I get it based on that, but I can't see that in there, but it would make sense too. But I've counted quite nicely up here. It doesn't make much difference. There's 1 and 2 here, all the way up for 3 and 4. The only thing that I'm not sure about is this little guy in here. So it's not going to make much difference. There's two choices that you need to, a choice that you need to make here. Obviously coming into the 200 is where you need to take profit or take part profit. If you're going to take part profit, then you want to leave the stop well out of the way over here, because we will be going higher. Once this is finished here, there will be some type of correction here. It may not be that big, but I think we need to allow for the main area here for this. So yeah, you either take the money off, coming closer into the 200, or take part profit, or take it all, whatever you need to do. But if you're going to take part profit, then you're going to have a wide stop. It's as simple as that. All of this area here is going to become the support for the market a bit later on over here, right? So you need to be well out of the way. So do you want to take on that heat? Is that some question that you'll need to ask yourself? And once we've got that there, then we'll be looking for the third wave to the upside. But we shouldn't have too much problem getting back in here. We won't be getting the lowest price, but we'll get some safer entry moving in here, and we'll build further over there as well for that. Okay, so that's Apple. So it's approaching its top here, right? So it looks like a little wave 1 and 2 here. So it'll be a 3, 4, 5. Now, will it reach here? Be careful about that, It may not. So you could just keep bringing your stop up, whichever way you're going. It hasn't pulled back here just yet. So, yeah, the only thing is I'm just not sure about this little bit in here. But otherwise, yeah, we should get up a little bit higher here. I mean, markets love getting to large numbers, so it should get there. Well, I don't know. Okay, so with Amazon's got a slightly different count. We've got wave 4 over here with wave 1, and then all the way over here for wave 2. And then it looks like we're going up here for this wave 1 and 2. So it's one of these ones, I don't think we've got 5 waves here just yet. This is 1,000 ticks. I did have a look at it on 100 ticks here. This little move to the upside in case you want to have a look at it and pick holes in it and make it better. But it does appear that we've got little 5 waves down here. So we'll probably get some sort of ABC pattern. This is 38.2%, and then a move to the upside here. Is it possible to put that in here? I did look at it. It doesn't really fit, but, it wouldn't be the first time wrong. But either way, this, this area for whatever's going to happen is the support here. We could plonk that in here. So that 180. So you need to keep your stop. Well, you don't want to leave it at 180. This is group 2 here. So you need to leave it under group 2. This is just the swing range for that number. So yeah. But once we've got this, if this is correct here, once we've got this in play here, this is the trade that we'll be looking for over here. So we've got this whole top thing happening, so anyway, that's where we are for this market. So nothing to trade. We don't want to get in at the top there. This is Nvidia. So I don't even know what the stock split is. I haven't read anything about it. But, as far as the crow flies, we still need another little wave to the upside here for this. So how that will play out when it doesn't split, I don't even know what the split is, like I said. But, yeah, anyway, we'll pick it up. But basically what we've been doing here is looking for 5 waves up here. So, yeah, we're at the top there. So we could blame the top. It may not finish the way that we want it to. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. But anyway, I'll leave that. But that's done my job as counting the waves. So meta platforms here, I can see it in you know, we had those two counts that I explained with the NASDAQ. I can see both of them fitting in here. So first of all, blue 1, blue 2, blue 3, blue 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going up here for this wave 1, and coming back for this wave 2 here. So that's still there. The other one, which is probably doesn't look as good, but probably more likely, is 1 and 2 here, and then bringing this back over to here somewhere, and bringing it all across and putting wave 1 here and 2 here with blue wave 1 to the upside. Like I said, it's not going to make a big difference. We're going to be looking at one of these two here, and in that instance here we've got 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third, probably some fourth, and then a fifth wave here, and then some type of ABC pattern in here, and then up either way, you know. So we need to be long over here, that's all. We don't want to get involved in any of this. Don't worry about it. Honestly, you'll just get chopped up and you'll lose. Now, Netflix, I'm also a little bit unsure about as well in terms of this particular pattern that's coming in here. We've had it as wave 1 over here with an A wave, an A, B, and C for the B wave over here, and then down for the C wave over here. So I'll just stay with that. I get it if there is another little move to the upside here, if this is some sort of wave 1 and 2 here and 3, 4, 5 here. I get it, but it won't make any difference. It'll still have a correction over here that will be there. Otherwise, it will just be some sort of retest and some sort of move to the downside here a bit later on. We'll just see how it plays out, but you know, we need it on an intraday basis. All these markets will be moving the same to a point, not exactly, but we just need them to fall into play. So Alphabet. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. We've got overlap here, so there's problems there. I've counted this up as wave 1. I can fit it in. It's not the best. It also looks like this is impulsive here, so it's probably more likely we're going to get something like this, and then like this here, and then we'll get a correction here. Now, there's two things to do here. We've got a few positions in here. You can have the stop here at this point, and you can take part profit if you haven't already done that, I don't know, but up here, or you can take the whole lot, or you keep the stop well out, take some of the money off and keep the stop well out of the way at that point. So there's a couple of things that can be done here, but the main point is that we're very close to the top of you know, a short-term high coming into the market, and none of this counts that well. I mean, sure, look, this counts quite nicely as 5 waves. I can get an A and a B and a C out of here, so we should take this top out. Little spike makes it a bit debatable. This doesn't count that well as wave 1, I get it. I could even put this down here and put this over here and already have a top in play here, but that doesn't really look right either, does it? So you've got to kind of go for the best looking fit, and also go to a place that's also in line with the rest of the markets as well. But be assured, we are looking for a top in this area, so you'll need to decide what you're going to do with that. Microsoft's got a nice sort of reasonably clean count, except for this little bit here, but up for wave 1 here, and ABC back for wave 2, and we're looking for 5 waves up here. So within this here, we're looking for some sort of ABC in here probably, and then wave 5 here, then some sort of ABC pattern here, and then off again at that point. So once again, we just need to be over here for this, okay? So we're not there yet, and this, hopefully, I mean, it'd be nice if this pushes up here higher and we get it all across the top of group 1 here, that the 1, 2, and 3, group 1, minor group 1 of medium level 4 here, so that would be good. But anyway, all over this side, this is where we'll be trading through all of this here, just not getting involved in the top. Now we're at Tesla here, so we're also looking at Tesla being wave 1 up here. I could put wave 2 here, or I could put it over here. This is a bit of a maelstrom here in a teacup, so I'm just not going to, as I mentioned before, I'm not really going to worry about it. When the NASDAQ and the S&P and most of the other stocks like Microsoft and that have got this wave 2 in here and starting to move off, then we can move into Tesla. Now, I don't know if this is going to just be 3 waves up here and we come down as another part of a corrective pattern within here, or we get a little 5 waves up here, you know, and I can call it wave C of B. I don't know. I'm just guessing, you know. But what I do know is that it's not ready yet in terms of nailing down the timing to making it near on perfect. It's just we're not there yet, you know. So yeah, and this is Bitcoin here. So sometimes I'll be including it into the NASDAQ because it's, you know, it's one of the biggest tech stocks now. That's one way to look at it, I guess, and that's arguable as well. But wave 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's really the same as Apple going to the upside, just a little bit behind. I could change it around and I could put wave 4 over here and I could put wave 1 here and 2 here and look at a 3 and an overlapping wave 4 here and all those sort of things. But yeah, I don't know. We'll just keep sort of toying with it a little bit. It's just not there just yet, but we do have, you know, this little double top here, so that makes it it makes it a bit nicer because because of all of this over here, because of all of this here, it doesn't count that well. So it does, because it's a wave 4, it opens up a Pandora's box of being, you know, a correction that just keep this, but this thing here just mirrors itself over here in a way, just doubles in size. But I don't think that's the case. I think I'd like to bring it in line with the NASDAQ and the rest of the market. And yeah, so we'll see if this is 1 and 2, and it's probably got another little, that's 3 waves here so far, and this is not giving me 5 here, so there can be a move down here. If we do get a move down here, then we're going to get 3 waves up and then another move down, you know. Then do we got to call the top in here at that point? I don't know. So but I know in terms of timing everything, it's just not, we're not at this point yet, so it doesn't matter. Even though I'm not 100% sure, it doesn't matter, because I know that we don't have this yet, and I know I'm old enough and crusty enough that not to get involved in this particular topping process here in any of the markets. We need it to top and turn, and we'll be waiting for it. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.